Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Tonight's film is 1970's Nightmares Come at Night by Jess Franco. This is put out by Redemption, and they've been putting out a lot of Jess Franco on Blu-ray, and it's Redemption and also Kino Lorber, which is another company. So I guess they're working together, or there's a sub company going on there. This film is from 1970, and as it says in the front here, by HorrorView.com, an essential film for Franco fans. And we have a variety of special features here, and this is mastered in HD from an archival 35mm print. As you know, I do a lot of Jess Franco reviews on this YouTube page, and many, many, many more to come, as many as are released by Mr. Franco. This film is really something unique, and as it is said on the back of the box, it signaled a transition, a change in Franco's films, and this was 1970 once again. Musically, Bruno Nicolai, who's done other Franco scores before, a good number of them actually. This is a CD soundtrack that is very, very hard to find, but I happened to pick it up about 8 years ago on Amazon used, or brand new, I think, and now it goes for a lot of money. But the score of this film by Bruno Nicolai is part and parcel with the film. It's a character in the film. When the music is there and when the music is not there is all specific. And the music, the score in this film is so like transcendent dream, surreal nightmare. And it incorporates kind of mystical, dreary, dreamy, exotic, ethnic, with even some electric guitar and some suave personality and some sexiness, and a lot of mystery. This score is unbelievable. I mean, it's really, really unbelievable, and it is this film. It is this film. It is a humongous character in this film, and it is a very unique score that has a lot of different genres in it, but the core of the score is mystery, surreal, dreamy, dreary, thought-provoking mystery. Jess Franco's style in this film is really something interesting. It's a very slow, a very using a lot of focus, out of focus, focus, out of focus. There's this one sex scene that it's almost starts to put you in a trance, or it's almost like it starts to hypnotize you. And while he's utilizing kind of this focus, out of focus, grandiose, surreal type sequences, he's also kind of moving his camera quickly around corners, and lots of mirrors in this film. There's one section of the film where it looks like the mirrors are going off into infinity. I mean, he's utilizing a lot of mirrors in this film. He's also utilizing very, very low lighting in ways that I've really, to this point, have never seen before in a Franco film. Extremely low lighting. And he's also using, on the contrast, lighting, natural sunlight through windows that kind of blasts through, kind of blindingly through characters' faces, and barely lighting the darkness, which seems to be a theme actually in the dialogue of this film. We also have him filming through reflections of a windshield, or reflections through glass. As he's done before, as I've seen in his film The Sex is Crazy with Lena Romay. In this film, it's Soledad Miranda, kind of reflecting something that she's looking at onto her body. Franco is a master of mirrors and reflections, and he's definitely utilizing it in this film. And he's doing things to make things look like a dream, and he's also doing things, like I said, with very, very low lighting, or vignette type lighting. It's really characters in this film. We really have a whole slew of the main crop of male Franco characters. And we also have Soledad Miranda, as I mentioned before, and Diana Lorys, who this girl this woman on the front here, I've never seen before in a Franco film yet. And it's really and the guys, I mean, you've seen a lot of these guys before in Eugenie and the Female Vampire, Jack Taylor, Peter Mullen, but um, the acting is really unbelievable, especially from the lead woman. I was trying to imagine while I was watching this film, my gosh, like what she had to do in this film with the ranges of emotion and confusion and passion and kind of nihilism and just being completely lost, and at the same time wanting to escape, and claustrophobia. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And sexuality. The you have mostly lesbian sex in here, but you also have straight sex in here. It's not explicit at all. I would almost say a film like Vampiros Lesbos is more explicit than this film. I mean, you are seeing everything from the female standpoint, but it's not explicit. There's kissing of nipples. There is a weird, surreal orgy type scene. But it's nothing really explicit. You're definitely getting some great butt shots in this film, especially from Soledad Miranda, and through mirrors. So they're definitely he is looking at the butt in this film, but he's not looking at the vagina, and he's utilizing nipples, and he's also filming through things like he normally does. And in this thing, I don't even know what it is exactly. This black thing in a room that kind of makes the screen symmetrical in a way, like it's almost splitting the screen. And the sex scenes are really they're done in ways that just fit with the music of this film, and fit with the themes of this film, and the dreams and nightmares, and it's, this film kind of leaves you sitting on the couch or in your bed or wherever you are, and you just kind of, you start slowly going into a trance, like you're being hypnotized, and you start to wonder what you're watching, and how long you've been watching it, and what's going on. And there are twists and turns in this film, actually, and there's a side story that reveals these twists and turns, and there is mental domination, and which is another theme that Franco deals with even in his film Sexy Sisters. And there are many layers of the story, and the story is not told in a linear fashion at all, where you have, where you're looking at dreams, and you're also looking at birds, and then you're looking at reality, but you're also dealing with panic and anxiety, and you're dealing with depression and feeling lost, and feeling crazy. There are really some weighty themes in here. There's a lot of dialogue in this film as well. Very poetic dialogue, very kind of literary. This film is very poetic. It's very literary. And the outfits are awesome, from the women, the beads and everything. They're mostly naked in the film. We have a very are very played out with black screens in between vignettes. Weirdly, another nightclub type sequence with a stone David-like statue. The locations are really unbelievable. The main mansion where this takes place, my gosh, I even saw wine barrels on the side. The lamps, the furniture, it's unbelievable, his locations. And there's even this one stairway coming off of a near a church, near a cathedral, that is just unbelievable shots there. And even this garden, really, really amazing locations. Lot of darkness in this film. I got to say that again. A lot of darkness and a lot of dreams and mirrors and dialogue and poetry and man, and eternity and there is violence in this film, but it's not bloody, but it's violent, and there's hatred in this film, and there's greed in this film, and there's illegal activity in this film. There's dancing in this film. This is a really, really, really interesting, unique film in the Jess Franco canon. This is put out by Redemption Film, folks, and they're putting out a lot of his films on Blu-ray. They already have. This is Nightmares Come at Night, 1970, Jess Franco. And there are a host of special features on here, amazing special features on here that I can't wait to dig into. And even a commentary by Tim Lucas, who's a Facebook friend of mine, for the 10 Room Bizarre site, which is freaking awesome. But this is just unbelievable. 85 minutes, beautiful transfer here. Although it seems like the dream sequences sometimes have a rougher transfer than reality. It's really bizarre. But it just looks beautiful. Dream-like logic here, folks. This is an example. This film is an example of total freedom. I mean, all of Jess Franco's films just show me what freedom is, and cinematic, artistic freedom, musical freedom. And this film, I mean, what producer would stand by this film and say, yeah, let's make it? Oh, this is gonna sell. There's a market for this. There is not. And thank you, Jess Franco, for that. There you go, folks. Here it is. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarre YouTube page. And please check out all of my other Jess Franco reviews, and there are 50, 60, many, many, many more to come. And please feel free to check out my own personal films at youtube.com/poopydiarrhea. Thank you and good night.